no one goes in for the money. You go in because you care deeply about the problem you're trying to solve. And in my case now, it's like, helping the Australian ecosystem measure capital, but having that passion and commitment, you need to be a founder of a company or a fund, and then somehow divorcing yourself. A dissonance between those two kind of competing ideas. The first challenging moment for me was when I was a founder of an online travel company called Travel Select in the UK. We founded that in 1998 in the dot-com boom. We'd raised a seed round, a Series A round, a Series A extension round. We'd hired about 180 people in the team, which was very large at the time. And two things happened. One is we had the dot-com crash. And secondly, we had 9/11, which put a total stop to global travel. So both those things weren't great for business in online travel. So we were running out of money. We had problems with our license. We had to let a lot of people go. So it was classic existential founder angst at the time. I felt very sad for the people who we had to let go. These are people who we'd hired and been on a journey. So that was just lots and lots of tough conversations. Terrified that the years of work and money that I put into this thing were going to go zero. And frankly, just a bit afraid to fail. So it was a really horrible feeling. I think the first thing I'd say is, the term mental health didn't exist then, right? So it didn't exist. If it did, I didn't know about it. There was there was no sense of talking to people about how you're feeling. There was certainly no support groups. It was probably going to see a psychologist, but that was probably for weirdos, certainly UK. So it wasn't really like today. And so a lot of it I had to figure out on my own. And I'm not sure I did that great a job of it, to be honest. I had two other co-founders who also were on that journey. They were a husband and wife, so they probably had a little more support. But for me, I guess I was in my early 30s. So I just basically worked night and day, tried to push things as hard as I can. I just buckled in and just sucked it up and basically internalized a lot of the pressure. And turns out that's great. It's not great for your own mental health. It's also not great for the way you behave. And there was some times, elements where that stress came out in the wrong way. And I had very tough conversations with investors, and I think that I regret that. I wish I had been more mature and more balanced in how I dealt with the stress. Didn't internalize it. That was 20 years ago. So I'm a lot wiser and hopefully more mature now. And secondly, there is a whole suite of services, support groups and conversations like this that are just much more helpful. So I think what I've learned that performance is a long-term journey. You just can't shut your eyes and deal with the peaks. You've got to plan ahead and be long-termist in this. And for me, that sort of first thing means the underlying self-care is paramount. And for me, that's exercise, nutrition, sleep, friends, a network of friends who frankly don't even know what I do, who keep me on my toes and make me who I am outside of work. Family who think what I do is just silly and they just know me as Craig and not Craig BC. And I think that all helps to, there's two buckets. There's the sort of self-care, just being fitter and sleeping well and looking after yourself. It sets a stronger base. So when bad stuff happens, you're more able to withstand it. But secondly, the friends and network, for me, just makes it realize that this is not me. I'm much more than a job. So any pressure that comes at work can be stressful, but it's not going to affect who I am and my impact on the planet.